Ah, man, here we are, Anthem. You know, I originally wasn't planning to buy this game, but I figured, what the hell, I'll try it out. Gives me an excuse to stop playing Fallout 76. But man, was the game worth it? It's kind of a hard one to say, because this is not a review. This is just my first impressions after playing it day one. But here's the thing. So far, it's actually not too bad. That's the problem, though. It's not that bad. Now, I'm not going to claim that it's a perfect game. I'm not. But I do find it more enjoyable in some parts than Fallout 76, which is saying a lot. So where do I even begin? Hold on. Sorry. Where do I even begin? Well, let's start with when I picked it up, which was, sorry about that, Friday. Day of release, except for Origin Access. I mean, I feel for those guys. 7 days and the game is terrible, sucks. I've seen Angry Joe, Young Yang, they have been pissed off. Even Jim Sterling is like on a tirade right now about this game. And to be fair, some of what they're talking about is not that bad. And you can see Cassandra in the background walking around like the cat she is. But has it been terrible? And the answer is no. Thankfully, it hasn't been. Now, it hasn't been a success story either. But damn, did I have some fun with the opening of this game. And in fact, that seems to be everybody's statement. The opening is a blast. So the story starts out pretty well in that regard. Does it stay that way? To be fair, I'm only about 6 to 8 hours in. I haven't even started playing for today yet. I only got an hour in this morning before I had to go to work. Now, this should give you an idea on just why everybody from the 7-day early access were so pissed off. First of all, hey kitty. First off, you've got horrendous loading screens. I can tell you from my own opinion with the updates that yes, it has some pretty horrendous loading screens. And they're there still. Luckily though, they're no longer like, I think I have a beard on my skull face now. Thankfully they're not that long. But they're still there. However, if you're going into free play, it's going to be a little long. So they do have an issue there. Okay, I'll be fair about that one. They do have an issue. But the story's pretty good. I mean, you start out first with the whole Heart of Rage, Cataclysm. I'd have to watch the whole beginning of the game again to find out for sure. That was actually pretty cool. It's a nice little tutorial. It has you completely stuck on the ground for the most part because your javelin is damaged. And that was the javelin I chose predominantly because you actually get to choose your first javelin that you use for the predominant missions. And I just chose the basic one that you start with because that was how I like playing. You still have speed, maneuverability, combat. So it was all around a good pick. It's basically like the most balanced one. The next one I'm going to get is Interceptor. So there's that. Then you skip ahead to the next tutorial session, which is which shows you a lot of what's going to happen with some of the storyline and stuff. It's actually not bad, and I found myself really enjoying those elements of the game. That being said, it did not make it a perfect game, but it definitely made it a little bit more impressive than I thought it was going to be. After this, you then get approached by some people. Your suit basically gets an update. I believe you get to choose your first one at that point. I'm not sure in the story point. I don't remember fully. But it gets pretty good. And then you get to go out and do some stuff. And after a particular mission for a particular shop guy, you get to choose free play. Now, let me be fair here. I've seen the early reports on the whole trials thing, and a few of the updates have actually fixed a few things, but God, the trials are still there. And I've just started playing. But I can tell you, free play is where most of my fun for the game has come from, because that's pretty serious. Now, I wanted to clarify this too. When did I start playing? And that was Sunday afternoon. I had played a little Fallout 76. In fact, I'm pretty much burned out on the game now. I probably can't go back into it for a long time, which is probably for the best. But I went into Anthem. I've been planning to play it, and I actually installed it Friday night when I picked up the game here in Las Vegas about 7 p.m. or so, and I had, I think, maybe version 2.0 come up for the download. So it downloaded, the whole game was installed, but I was just too tired. I mean, I work for a living, so it makes sense. And I do this because it's fun. And so I pretty much conked out, and I didn't play, and I turned everything off, and I went to bed. Next day, I had to go to work, so Saturday was kind of ruined, but you know what? It's Saturday, and I'm getting paid extra, so I don't mind. In the morning, I did actually play some other games, and boom, there's another update, version 3 point something. I don't even know if there's another version. I haven't looked yet. I think I might have spotted version 4 or something, so go figure. Anyways, so I'm like, damn, another update? And this was in the morning when I was just playing real quick before going to work, because I knew if I was going to play Anthem, I was going to get involved. And I did that with Kingdom Hearts. I played for like 3.5 hours straight. I didn't even drink or eat. And I really had to go to the bathroom. So that gives you a hint. I mean, it was just that good. And Anthem kept my interest when I started playing it. So Sunday, for about 6 to 7 hours, I played. And I got through a lot. I did about maybe 4 or 5 main missions. And remember, the main story mission is supposed to take about, the campaign, about 20 hours. So it's not short. And I probably only spent maybe an hour and a half in the full story missions. Everything else has been mostly free play, just going out, having fun, looking for stuff, really exploring. And this is for this little point is where I'm going to dive into 1 or 2 things real quick for the review. First of all, the javelins are great. The combat, the aerial system, the way it's all handled is great. I wish I could fly a little longer, but I understand why they did what they did. It's all handled pretty good. The enemy types, as of this moment, are actually pretty variant, but I've been hearing a lot of problems that it's going to get worse as you go through, and they just start recycling stuff. I understand where that's coming from, and I have encountered some of the little problems, but the aerial combat capacity for these suits, the ability to dodge stuff, the ability to do things works pretty well. Believe it or not, I have encountered a whole lot that has just made me go, yes! And there have been a few moments where I'm like, how the hell did that happen? Or what kind of a bug is that? It's happened once or twice. I still think this needed a little work. But otherwise, the combat capacity is keeping me interested. The weapons, the loadout, everything. Unfortunately, this is a loot shooter, and that's where your other problems are going to come in. And right now, it's not that bad. But again, I don't feel like, as I level up, I'm really doing much more damage. There's no, you know... Destiny does this a little better, and I think so does The Division. So that's starting to make some serious problems there. There's no ability points for your character, which I find odd, but, you know, you unlock stuff as you progress in each level. So there are some things that are happening. It's just, to be fair, not enough. And I think that's really hurting the game right now. Do remember, though, that I'm only about at a level 7, so it's not like I'm, you know, after basically one day of play and another morning. So, and I'm going to go right back in when I'm finished with this video. So it's not like I can immediately say this is the worst video game I've ever played or this was a waste of $60. To be fair, it's not. So far, I feel like I'm getting my money's worth. At the same time, I do feel this is a game that once I'm finished, I can put it down without having to worry about certain problems, or the bugs are going to force me to basically restart my whole damn campaign. So that right there has some pretty important stuff. In fact, I'm probably going to have to do more stuff for Fallout 76 because of the way that game is handling. But at the same time, I can play this, and yet I can also stop and play other games. And with what I'm going to do with Mortal Kombat 11, the previous games and movies in the series, that's kind of an important thing right now. I need that time. Not only for playing, but also for reviewing and so forth. That's a pretty nice thing. And Anthem is working out. Now, it's probably going to be maybe a week, 2 weeks before I can do a full review on this game. But I might just be doing daily updates on some of the features of the game and a few things. And this is already past 10 minutes for a video, and that's not bad. I usually only do about a 15-minute video. But this game I feel really good. Now I'm probably not going to show any footage because I don't want to worry about EA getting all iffy and stuff. But it's been pretty good so far. It's actually a lot of fun when you know, there's great stuff. But I am worried about, you know, more stuff. But remember, I'm just started playing. I don't have an idea on everything. So I haven't made a decision if this is a good or bad game. But so far, it does have my interest. Not even 76 had it this good. I mean, the whole world exploration was about the only thing that has kept me playing 76. And even then, it's gotten to the point where I'm like, why am I even doing this anymore? And the worst part is the player base in 76 is getting worse. I'm encountering a lot more people who are willing to shoot you in the back and steal all your shit, steal your workshop. It doesn't matter how desperate you are for some stuff. There's no point. I mean, I know it's got PvP, but it's getting out of hand. This game, I'm lucky if I see 4 other people on the map. And yet it's more cooperative. It's not really, you know, hey, let's stab each other in the back. I actually enjoy that. So I'll give EA and BioWare some nice thumbs up for that. But we'll have to wait and see how things are going to hold up. So that's day 1. That's what I went through. That's a few of the things I've encountered. And I'll probably do some more stuff. So this might even be a review that's going to take days. I don't know. Anyways, I'm looking forward to doing more stuff. I'm going to get out of this, eat my dinner, and also play the game and do some other stuff that I got to do for work. Have fun, guys. And again, I will do a review for the game later on. See ya.